What's up, everybody? We've got another PvT or TVP for you guys today between two familiar faces. It's gonna be once again our teal Protoss, bbreeeeed, up against his red Terran opponent, kevinnleeeeeee. So, the last few times these two have played against each other in this matchup, I believe it's actually even in terms of map score. I think it is 2-2, both players taking 2 games. And that's a little bit surprising to me because bbreeeeed relatively new to the Protoss race, but he has been enjoying it lately, opting to play this matchup instead of his main race, which is Terran. Maybe he feels he has a better chance in this off-race matchup. Maybe he's a little traumatized by Kevin's Zerg play. In any case, we are once again seeing a Protoss versus Terran. And starting things off pretty standard on the side of the Protoss. Single gateway, single cybernetics core. And I wonder if we're gonna see a proxy pylon. Once again, he has been opting for that quite a few times in this matchup, and yes, indeed, that's what he's going to be doing. Kevin, you're going to be going for an early Reaper. Is he going to scout this? No, just barely not. But where is this Reaper going? Is it going to loop back around? And if he does scout it, it'll be very critical. Give him that much needed information to prepare for these Void Rays that are most likely going to be coming out of there. Reaper makes its way into the main base of the Protoss. Going to spot a Stalker and get out of dodge. Behind us, Kevin is going for a factory. He does have a tech lab on that barracks researching STEM. So it does imply a more standard type of bio play, if you will. But here is that proxy Stargate, just about complete. 2 shield batteries that will obviously help to heal up the shields of the Void Rays should they get damaged. And Kevin gonna be roaming around the map with his Reaper, and it is on track to scout this, but is it too late? He does finally spot it. Void Ray. Still a few seconds out, but Kevin's gonna need to scramble to get some anti-air, and bbreeeeed, now that he has been scouted, I think he needs to go ASAP. He can't really afford to wait for 2 or 3 Void Rays. So yes, he is gonna fly in with that 1 Void Ray. 2 Marines are here to defend, but that's not going to be enough. Engineering bait just finishes, and now Kevin desperately trying to throw up some missile turrets. bbreeeeed smartly targets down the SCV that was building that. Should go for them again. Cannot allow that missile turret to finish. Nicely done there. I wouldn't mind if he beams it down, and well, he was kind of going for it, and then changes targets. And the one in the natural, is that going to finish? No, not yet at least. And now it does finish, but 2 Void Rays could actually potentially deal with that. bbreeeeed does not want to try. Instead backs up. 1 Void Ray gets very low before it gets healed up by the shield batteries, at least the shields rather. And now 3 Void Rays in total, double Stargate here. pumping out 2 Void Rays at a time. These 2 Stalkers have joined the party from home. And back at home, not too much on the defense, only a single Zealot, so maybe Kevin could try to send this Reaper across for some counter damage. But he's gonna thinks twice about jumping down there wisely. Now these 4 Void Rays flying back in. Only 2 Vikings on the defense. That's not going to be enough. 1 Void Ray gets a little ambitious, but does pull back in time. Tank is sieged up. That's going to help against the Stalkers, but not against the Void Rays. And gets obliterated very quickly. Activating Prismatic Alignment. Gonna beam down these armored structures super fast. And now there are 6 Void Rays present. I don't know if Kevin's gonna have enough to deal with this. His entire anti-air force, yeah, I was gonna say, just isn't strong enough. So GG gets called, and bbreeeeed's gonna take game number 1 of the night. Welcome back, folks. This is game number 2 in this matchup between our teal Protoss player, bbreeeeed, and our red Terran player, kevinnleeeeeee. Kevin, perhaps a little fed up with bbreeeeed's proxy Stargate shenanigans, sends a very early SCV out across the map. Where's it gonna go? I don't see the rally point, so not sure where it's going. Maybe just for a scout. I thought it might have been for a proxy barracks. That is super early. But no, indeed, he just goes into the main base of bbreeeeed and just gonna hang out for a little bit, take some of the electric shocks from that probe, and then runs on out of there. Barracks is gonna go down back at home on the low ground, so no, not gonna be any proxy shenanigans out of Kevin, which is a little surprising because he did send that SCV very early. Now bbreeeeed gonna be sending out a probe of his own in addition to this one probe that is chasing that SCV. Not sure if he just forgot about that or what. Maybe it's a little mind games. Maybe he'll allow Kevin to think that if this one probe is chasing me, he's not going to send another one. And where is this probe going to go? He is going to go place down once again a proxy pylon. And back at home he does have his cybernetics core coming up. The double assimilators already mining gas. And so it looks like might be a proxy Stargate once again. That's kind of been bbreeeeed's strategy for this matchup. Proxy Stargate or die trying. Reaper gonna pop out and gun down that probe with his dual pistols. Kind of a interesting weapon choice in this day and age, whatever that may be, wherever this game takes place. This Reaper with its jetpacks up against futuristic, technologically advanced aliens, and he's using good old pistols. And Reaper just gonna hang out in the natural. Not really gonna jump in or anything. Kevin is going for stim once again. Gonna try to do what he intended to do last game. And once again, we see that Stargate, Void Ray getting chrono boosted out. Couple of shield batteries here once again. Now the Reaper does jump on in, gets 2 probes. That's nice. Is it gonna get away with its life? It looks like yes. But the Void Ray is ready. And in it goes. Gonna start targeting down some SCVs. And the anti-air for Kevin, virtually non-existent. Only one singular Marine. Desperately throwing down 2 missile turrets in the natural base. Will those complete? If not, this is going to be a very quick game. And bbreeeeed targeting the building SCV, but not going to be able to deny those 2 missile turrets. And so the natural should be pretty safe. I mean, he could fly around here to the back and maybe go for the command center there. And now he's going to beam down the tech lab and he's going to deny stim. Oh, that's bad. It was so close to finishing too. And now he's just going to continue lasering down this wall. Marines cannot be produced fast enough. And Kevin, is he gonna fall once again to this Void Ray shenanigans from bbreeeeed? As the barracks goes down, supply depot gonna go down, factory gonna lift off, try to save that, and yeah, he's gonna save it. Looks like Kevin is gonna abandon the main altogether. Gonna lift it, try to get it somewhere safer, but I don't know if he can. And bbreeeeed activating the prismatic alignment. Is he gonna be able to get that command center? Oh, it's gonna be close. Kevin goes for the repair. Nicely done to save that command center. But now the main base, or what's left of it, gonna be forfeit. Engineering bay gonna go down. These 2 refineries. Well, he's going to let those live, I suppose. It's not like Kevin's going to be mining out of them anytime soon. A bunch of missile turrets present in the natural base. That's going to be enough to push back the Void Rays. However, this one Stalker might be able to get a lot of damage. Second Stalker joins up, and Kevin forced to pull all his SCVs to repair. You don't need to pull that many. But do need to repair a little bit. Widowmine goes off, takes out one of those stalkers. Reaper hops back into the main of the Protoss. Has pretty much free reign of the base. 4 probes down so far. That's nice, I guess. And no reaction out of bbreeeeed. 6 probes going down. He's chrono boosting out a Zealot, but a Reaper can kite a Zealot forever. But Kevin, oh no, not paying attention, loses that Reaper. He is floating this orbital to this base here, which is the potential 4th or 5th location of the Protoss, so maybe he won't be scouting that anytime soon. And at the same time, Kevin gonna be getting double starport back at home. Engineering bay has been remade so he can once again build some missile turrets. Zealot walks into its death by Widowmine. These Void Rays getting a little ambitious. Can't really engage that many missile turrets. Does lose one of them. I think only one. No, 4 have gone down. No, that's the units. Sorry. 2 have gone down. Okay. That seems a little more normal. And I think this base is going to be pretty safe for now. And bbreeeeed, what is he gonna do? Is he just gonna keep committing to the air? Doesn't look like it, rather. He puts down a bunch of gateways. He is taking this base. Also, does have his natural. 16 probes fully saturated there. And this hidden, I don't really want to call it an expansion. I guess it's just a hidden main, if you will, from Kevin. Still undetected. He is getting some SCVs there. And oh, bbreeeeed has found a small window here, gets the tech lab. And these two cyclones moving on out. Gonna work on this shield battery, but void rays come back and takes out one of them very quickly. 3 zealots walking on in. Slow zealots. They get one of the cyclones actually. And yeah, not too much can be done from either side currently. bbreeeeed putting down some more shield batteries. Gonna try to contain Kevin at this location, but once again he doesn't know about this one. And a lot of zealots being made, but no charge, no Twilight Council at all even. So these zealots not gonna be that great. I guess in high enough numbers they can still get some good damage done. And bbreeeeed is putting down a lot of buildings here at the front of Kevin's natural base. And Kevin, what is his response? He's gonna keep going for Vikings. That's been his go-to against Stargates in all of these games. But he does have a lot of catching up to do. As you can see, 61 supply for the Terran player, 119 for the Protoss, who is on 3 bases currently. Quite oversaturated here on this natural. And Kevin at his hidden base getting a bunch of barracks, pumping out Marines. Marines, one of the best anti-air units in the game. And oh, this one Zealot gonna finally scout this base, and that's gonna be huge because bbreeeeed is going to be able to, if he chooses, attack this location with everything. Only 2 missile turrets on the defense, so he can definitely break this position. And now Kevin, recognizing that the jig is up, desperately trying to throw down a bunch more missile turrets, but it might be too late. The stalkers have arrived. Zealots and void rays show up behind it. And this base most likely gonna go down. It's all these zealots slicing away at everything here. Forced to lift off this base once again, but I don't think it's gonna be able to get away this time. At the same time, Kevin trying to break out of this location, recognizing that the Protoss is out of position with his 3 cyclones, 6 cyclones now, and some landed Vikings. Gonna try to break this base. Is it gonna be able to? Now the void rays have shown back up. These landed Vikings obviously cannot hit air, and Kevin forced to retreat now. 7 probes went down during all that. Bunch of pylons, shield batteries as well, so bbreeeeed quite supply blocked at this time, and he did allow this command center to live as he was forced to run back with everything to defend the location. And Kevin looks like he wants to force the issue just a little bit, gets some damage done, and then backs up. Now all these slow zealots gonna run in, gonna start chopping away. They're not really gonna do too much as the AI kind of derps them around. So it does lose all those zealots for only 4 SCVs. It's a good trade for the Terran player. However, supply count still heavily favoring the Protoss, but the army of the Terran is actually pretty good at countering the air units. Of course, Cyclones with their lock-on ability, I don't know exactly how much they do. Can't even check it on this interface, but they do a lot of damage once they lock on, and they can gun down these Void Rays very quickly. So the supplies might be a little deceiving. Of course, a lot of that lead is in workers. Kevin gonna try to move out just a little bit again, and look at how fast these Void Rays are going down once the Cyclones lock on. And now bbreeeeed doesn't feel comfortable anymore to defend. Gonna sacrifice a bunch of the pylons over here. And what is gonna be the follow-up from bbreeeeed, who's floating a lot of minerals? He throws down 6 additional gateways in the main. So it looks like he's gonna shift into a more gateway-centric army. And I don't know if bbreeeeed knows how to recall or shield battery overcharge, but this battery close to the Nexus is in prime position to be overcharged, and Kevin's gonna be pushing out just a little bit once again, getting the lock on some of these stalkers and taking out a few of them for virtually free. And Kevin gonna be comfortable enough to reclaim his main base. 15 minutes into the game, he has retaken his main base, and he still has this hidden base, which was his old main. Hasn't been producing anything out of that. No SCVs mining, and these are rich Vespene geysers, so he would be wise to mine gas from this location at least. And now with a tank as well, Kevin gonna try to break this position once again. A lot of Void Rays have gone down, and looks like bbreeeeed still producing some Void Rays, but I do think their utility has been exhausted. But hold on, bbreeeeed gonna try to go for an attack, maybe not, decides to back up. And these Cyclones, I was gonna say they do decent damage, but you can't allow them to lock on to the ground units, and Kevin has had enough. GG's out of the game. So bbreeeeed currently leading 2-0. Alright, welcome back. This is game number 3 in this series between our teal Protoss, bbreeeeed, and our red Terran, Kevin Lee. bbreeeeed currently up 2-0 with his same old proxy Stargate shenanigans. Kevin falling 2 games in a row to the same strategy. Once again, sending out an early SCV And looks like it's just going to be for a scout once again. Not sure why he sends this so early. Gonna spot the pylon in the main, but I mean that's pretty standard. It's not like you can scout the Stargate at this time. And doesn't sound like much, but in the early game, if you send out one SCV, that's 1/12 of your income. So it is pretty impactful for the early game. And that is reflected in the income graph. Of course, Terran does have the disadvantage of their worker having to spend all this time building, and bbreeeeed gonna be annoying using his probe to harass that little SCV building the barracks. Gonna delay that barracks for a good few seconds, and yeah, that's gonna hurt just a little bit. Kevin going for the double refinery, getting a very early engineering bay. He does not want to fall 3 games in a row to any proxy Stargate from bbreeeeed. But we don't see a probe going out just yet. Is that where this guy's going? No, looks like he might just be building a wall. So no proxy Stargate this game, at least not yet. Going for a forge in the main base. Don't know if that's going to be for cannons or just for upgrades, but look at the mind games. bbreeeeed has already forced 3 missile turrets out of Kevin, and this is typically the effect that Kevin has on other players. Of course, when people play Kevin, they expect rushes, they expect air, and so it kind of forces them to be sometimes overly defensive, throwing down anti-air, and that's exactly what bbreeeeed is doing to Kevin this game. Delaying the orbital, in fact, and that's got to be a mistake. I mean, he has more than enough money. Instead goes for another SCV. And you might wonder, is it worth it to spend that 150 minerals and that time to morph the orbital? And the answer is 100% yes. Reaper jumps in, tries to get some pros, but does get picked off. And the reason for the orbital, the reason why it's so important, is because you get access to mules right away, and each mule is worth about 300 minerals. So, I mean, after the first mule, it already pays for itself. And of course, the energy regenerates. You can drop more mules in the future. You can use that energy for scans. So, you should typically be getting the orbitals very early on. This game, however, Kevin gonna be the one going for the air shenanigans, going for a double starport with cloak, getting banshees, and bbreeeeed, his anti-air is a little bit lacking. He does have a cannon in the main and a cannon in the natural, but they're not in the best of positions to defend against banshees. And his mobile anti-air consists of 4 stalkers. Yep, only 4. 5th and 6th coming out. So by the time the banshees arrive, he should have 6 stalkers, which might be enough. Of course, the banshees have cloak. They're a little bit faster, so there's a lot of micro potential there. And bbreeeeeed already going for his third base. I don't know if he's going to be able to keep that up, but Banshee's going to fly in, going to activate their cloak and start shelling down these stalkers. One stalker going down already. Now going to start targeting some probes. Does fly into range of the cannon. Got to be careful there. Pulls back. And yeah, this is what I mean by that cannon positioning, and this Artosis pylon gets taken out, depowers all the structure here. Cloak does run out, however. One Banshee gonna have to get out of there. Second Banshee cloak is running out, so decloaks, gets away. Both Banshees have survived. 4 kills and 3 kills on these Banshees. And they're going to start working away at this Nexus, but that is going to prove costly for one of them. And now, all things considered, a decent hold from bbreeeeeed. Manages to keep most of his probes alive. Manages to keep his third as well. Kevin only just now landing his second base, and once again that goes back to all this money that was invested into the anti-air. These 3 Banshees now gonna fly back into the natural, see if they can find any more damage. Spot the cannon, so they're gonna turn their sights onto the wall, and a bit of a mistake out of Kevin, staying around in detection, so loses one of those Banshees. But Kevin is shifting gears now into battle cruisers. And what does bbreeeeeed have to counter those? Still only those few stalkers, which are not really going to be enough. He is going to need to get some more stalkers, maybe go for a Stargate once again. But we don't see any of that coming. 4 additional gateways, that's going to help, I suppose. +1 attack for the Protoss, that's going to be useful as well, but I don't think that's going to be enough, not yet. As the first 2 battle cruisers almost complete. We do have a siege tank for the defense as well. And once again, delaying the orbital for his natural base. bbreeeeeed floating a lot of minerals. Does throw down some more gateways, but yeah, could definitely use a few more. 2 battle cruisers do teleport straight into the main, take out that cannon very fast, and gonna blast away at the probes. 9 going down so far. Working on a pylon, I don't know about that. Does depower one of the gateways, but that's not that impactful. And that's the problem with using the teleport to get in. There is now no way out. These stalkers with their blink gonna be able to clean up both of the battle cruisers. So not entirely sure if that was really worth it. Battle cruisers very expensive. They cost 400 minerals, 300 gas. And yeah, it took out a good number of probes, but still questionable trade. And now, bbreeeeeed is aware of battle cruisers. Is he going to change anything up? We don't really see any cannons going down into the main. We do see some going into the natural. Well, a second one rather, and a few more pylons. Third is defended by 2 cannons. I don't know if that's necessarily enough either, but a lot of stalkers, and that might be enough. The main gonna be pretty well protected by all these stalkers. Scan going down in the natural, maybe just to see if he wants to warp in there. But I don't think... No, we don't have any battlecruisers on the map currently. One just finished. And Kevin with a lot of tanks committing to the defense right now. And bbreeeeed, once again with his super high mineral count, needs to throw down some more gateways or any other structure, to be quite honest. He just needs to spend that money. He's going to be getting a 4th and 5th base as well, transferring a lot of probes over to this 4th. And worker count very healthy for our Protoss, up at 74. Terran only sitting on 46, but of course he's only been on 2 bases this whole time. Gonna be floating over his 3rd now, and I expect this to turn into a planetary. And Kevin going for ship weapons and armor, so it does imply that he is intending to commit heavily into air. But we don't see too much air at the moment. In fact, only 2 battlecruisers, single Viking coming out. And bbreeeeed, he's just been macroing up. Now sitting at 82 workers, bit oversaturated here. Definitely needs to transfer some of those away. But bbreeeeed moving out, positioning himself for an attack, and this base did not turn into a planetary, so most likely gonna go down. At the same time, some Hellions going for the counter attack. Wastes a lot of shots onto that cannon, but still getting 13 probes. And now gonna shift on into the natural. Doesn't really want to deal with the cannons there. Goes into the main. Gonna get some more probes here. And bbreeeeed pulling back his entire army. But the warp-ins aren't gonna be enough to clean that all up. 18 probes goes down in the end. And the 3rd from Kevin went down, so fine trade. I'd be happy with that if I were bbreeeeed. Now Kevin trying to throw down another 3rd at this other location, but he is so far behind right now. 100 supplied to 179. bbreeeeed chilling, sitting pretty on 5 bases. Gonna throw down some more gateways here. That's much needed because once again his mineral count has been so high. Bit of a supply block right now, stuck on 179. I wouldn't mind seeing some more gateways here, maybe set up a bit of a wall. And going for a 6th base as well. bbreeeeed's macro is just out of control. Kevin with his defensive tanks set up. Single landed Viking, that's an odd attack, but it does get 5 probes. 2 Banshees. I didn't even know these guys were still alive. Are they even the original Banshees? But they're gonna try to fly across the map, gonna run into some cannons. Can't go there, but bbreeeeed's massive stalker army gonna get this 3rd once again and blinks into nowhere and shouldn't be hanging out here, eating a lot of tank fire. 6 battle cruisers as well gonna be going to town, and this is not a good trade, I don't think, for bbreeeeed. Losing a lot of his ground army to these tanks as well as these battle cruisers. Repair coming down as well. So bbreeeeed losing a lot here to this attack. Of course, he is very, very wealthy. He can afford to take these ineffective trades, but he does need to be a little bit careful, as battle cruisers can snowball out of control very quickly. Only 4 on the map right now, so it's not the end of the world. And Kevin gonna go for a counterattack, teleports into the main with all his battle cruisers. Gonna drop some mules preemptively for the repair. And does bbreeeeed have enough anti-air? He does have a lot of stalkers. Is it gonna be enough? Can he out-damage the repair? The buildings out of bbreeeeed gonna help kind of block these mules, so he might be able to clean this up. 3 battle cruisers remaining now, 2, and that's gonna do it. GG gets called, and bbreeeeed gonna be up 3-0. Wow. Welcome back, folks. We are loaded into game number 4 in this PvT series of the night between our teal Protoss bbreeeeed and our red Terran Kevin Lee, who I don't know, did he delay his SCV? I'm not sure what happened there, but Kevin Lee currently down 3 games against his Protoss opponent, who has shown in the last game that he is not just a one-trick pony. He can do more than proxy Stargate. Of course, that is how he got his first 2 victories, and that did contribute to his victory in the 3rd game as well. Wasn't direct damage, but he did force a very early engineering bay. He did force 3 missile turrets that were not needed, and every little bit counts. Of course, that's a lot of minerals that Kevin committed to the early game defense, and maybe that just was enough to roll him into a big enough lead. bbreeeeed, that is. So game number 4, here we are with bbreeeeed leading 3-0. And what's he gonna go for this time? All pretty standard so far. We do have a probe going out, and looks like it's just gonna be for a scout, at least for now. And only a single gas, so I don't think there's going to be any proxy Stargate just yet. And second gas is going to go down, but he is getting his natural expansion as well. And the probe, not sure what's it doing here. I don't know what that was about. I thought maybe he was going to throw it on a pylon, but does not. And Kevin gonna be trying his double starport once again. Reaper gonna hop on out, do some scouting, look for any proxies. Of course, there are none this game. Now Reaper gonna jump into the main of bbreeeeed. Gonna run into a stalker, so not gonna be able to find any damage just yet. Gonna just get on out of there, live to harass another day. And double tech lab going down on these starports, so most likely gonna be banshees once again. And this time, well, Forge is going down, so bbreeeeed will have access to cannons once again. Is he gonna throw those down is the question. But whoa, very fast fusion core. So Kevin gonna be skipping, nope, never mind. He is gonna be getting banshees still. Singular banshees so far. He is getting cloak, however. And I don't think he can even afford 2 starport battle cruisers. So this fusion core may be a little premature, as battle cruisers, once again, very expensive. 400 minerals, 300 gas, and we don't see anything close to that amount from Kevin just yet. So it's going to be a while before he can make battle cruisers, and going to be even longer before he can make them 2 at a time. But Reaper comes in once again. I don't know if he got any damage. No, doesn't get any probes and loses the Reaper. So nice defense out of bbreeeeed, who is now getting 1 photon cannon in the main, 1 photon cannon in the natural, and 1 photon cannon at the front of his ramp as well. So he's going to be pretty solid against these banshees that are flying in. And where are they gonna go? Looks like into the natural, which is not the best spot to go for, as we saw those cannons before. And indeed, Kevin's gonna poke in and back up. Does find an angle here at the natural, gets 3 probes. 4 now. And that's something, as long as he can keep these banshees alive. A battle cruiser production has been started. First battle cruiser about 80% done. Second one just started. But it looks like bbreeeeed going for a ground composition once again in this 4th game. These buildings going to be pretty vulnerable to these cloaked banshees. Very annoying. But Kevin kind of wasting his energy by uncloaking. I don't know if he's aware, but every time you cloak, it does cost 25 energy. So losing 1 banshee, second banshee out of energy. So yeah, you cannot just keep uncloaking and recloaking thinking that'll save your energy. In fact, it is a waste of energy, and that might have led to that 1 banshee's demise. So now bbreeeeed gonna get another cannon here to defend and provide detection, but Kevin's not really going for banshees anymore. He has shifted fully into battle cruisers, 2 currently on the map. And this 1 banshee, oh, gonna fly into a stalker. Is it gonna get away? Does cloak and attack the stalker, but only 7, 6, 5, 4 energy remaining, and the stalker might actually end up getting the kill. And oh, banshee's gonna get away. Stalker blinks, but oh, does finally get that banshee. So nice pick off there. But how is the anti-battle cruiser tech out of bbreeeeed? Once again, his army kind of disjointed. We've got a handful of stalkers here, And of course there was that one across the map. And Kevin with 4 battle cruisers now. I think if he were to warp in now, he could get a lot of damage done. Maybe he's waiting for 5 and 6. And Yamato Cannon also not quite complete. Maybe he could be waiting for that as well. And bbreeeeed has just been once again macroing up his worker count. Pretty healthy at 53. Getting the gold and a 4th base as well. But he is going to need more anti-air. And the scouting has been pretty non-existent. So bbreeeeed has no idea what Kevin is going for. 5 battlecruisers currently on the map. 6 and 7 on the way. And is this gonna be the game where Kevin finally puts himself on the board? So far, by the looks of it, I think yes. Scan going down to see if the main base or the natural base would be a good place to warp in. And what is he gonna do with these battle cruisers? Gotta keep a close eye on them. Looks like he doesn't really want to commit just yet. Kevin also getting his 3rd now. These SCVs want to go to the 3rd, but they are stuck because of the wall. And now they're just gonna sit around here. 4th and 5th going down simultaneously out of Kevin, who is floating a lot of minerals, which is to be expected from such a gas-intensive build. He is only mining gas out of the 3rd base. And now this one stalker going in for some harassment. It's not something you see every day, and Kevin doesn't really have anything to defend, so he's gonna fly over with all his battle cruisers, which is gonna tip his hand, and it's gonna give a few precious seconds for bbreeeeed to respond. And if I were Kevin, I would warp in right away, because bbreeeeed does know about the battle cruisers now, and he can warp in a lot of stalkers if he wants to. Doesn't look like he wants to, however. And now, is Kevin gonna move out? He's gonna fly across the map to preserve his teleport to get on out of there. I like that choice. Where is he going? These battle cruisers, currently 8 of them. That's a very scary amount. I don't know if bbreeeeed has enough. 31 stalkers, yes, it sounds like a lot, but again, they're not all together. So let's see how much damage these battle cruisers can do. They fly into the natural, they take out the shield battery real quick, take out the pylon, and now bbreeeeed coming in from both sides, kind of accidentally getting a pincer, and Kevin forced to get out of there, warps back home with a few of his battle cruisers. He had 8 before. He still has 8, but I do think he lost 1 or 2. Yeah, he did. So losing 2 battle cruisers, that's not the end of the world. bbreeeeed gonna go for a counter attack now with all these stalkers. How many does he have? 38 of them. And he's gonna go for the gold first. Double scouting on the gold with these 2 observers. Not necessary, but I suppose it doesn't really matter. Now these battle cruisers gonna fly in to defend, but is it gonna be enough? A bunch of these stalkers not really fighting, and some of them derping around, some of them attacking the refinery, so that is gonna work out in Kevin's favor. All the stalkers are going to go down, and 6 battle cruisers still remaining. 2 bases have gone down, so things are pretty even. Kevin does have the army lead, but bbreeeeed with quite a significant economy lead. He is sitting on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases now. Lots of additional gateways going down, and he's going to need to warp in a lot more stalkers. He only has 14 at the moment, and a lot of minerals still, so he needs to spend that money once again. Now Kevin gonna be moving out with his 9 battle cruisers. Does bbreeeeed have enough to defend 28 stalkers? I don't know if that's enough, but he is gonna catch these 2 away, segmented from the rest of the group, so that's a nice catch there. Gonna kind of try to blink in, but not all the stalkers get into range, so gonna lose a few of them unnecessarily. 5 battlecruisers still remaining, and they're just gonna teleport back home. Bit of a zealot counterattack going on at the same time. Gonna maybe take out this gold base once again. No, Kevin's gonna lift that up. But they can go for this other base here. A couple zealots get picked off in the natural. But these zealots, they could go for this base. I think they should be wasting their time on the supply depots. bbreeeeed does shift his target to the SCVs now. He's going to get a bunch of those before the battle cruisers show up. 14, 15, 23... 24, 25 SCVs going down to that counterattack, so very nice damage for only a handful of zealots, and of course that relieves the pressure from bbreeeeed on his side of the map, allows him to stabilize, get a bunch more stalkers, and now I feel a lot better about bbreeeeed's chances to defend 45 stalkers against 10 battle cruisers. Upgrades 2-2 on the battle cruisers, so that's pretty good. Only 2-1 on the stalkers. Stalkers gonna go for an attack once again. Gonna maybe perhaps take out this gold base, but the blinks have been suboptimal out of bbreeeeed, as a lot of stalkers had to go the long way around. Some stalkers here stuck, not firing, and that definitely hurts, but it's going to be enough either way, and GG gets called. bbreeeeed's going to take game number 4 to put himself up 4-0.